Welcome back. Now in this module, we will see the numerical and next part of the gear train. So last class, I have given you the problem. Have you solved? I think some of you have tried. It's a good thing. Anyway, now we will solve this problem. So again, I am reading the gearing of a machine tool as shown in figure. So gearing is shown in figure. Figure is there. The motor shaft is connected to gear A and rotates at 975 rpm. The gear wheels B, C, D, and E are fixed to parallel shafts rotating together. The final gear F is fixed on the output shaft. So it is asked what is the speed of gear F. Here, number of teeth on each gear it is mentioned in the problem. So gear A, number of teeth 20, gear B, number of teeth 50, gear C 25, gear D 75, gear E 26, and gear F 65. Now this is the figure. So gear A, this is he is meshing with B and C compound gears, then E and D compound gears, and F is there. So he is meshing with B and C compound gears, C is meshing with D and E compound gear, E is meshing with F. So let us say A rotate clockwise, so B rotate anti-clockwise. If B rotate anti-clockwise, C is also rotate anti-clockwise because compound gear. Now C is meshing with D, so C anti-clockwise, D clockwise. D and E compound here, therefore E clockwise, and E is meshing with F, E clockwise, that's why F anti-clockwise. So number of teeth are given, so we have written T, T, B, T, C, T, D, T, E, and F. Now here, speed of A, that is gear is mounted on that shaft, so speed of A is 975 rpm is given. Now here, if you see, so gear A, gear C, and gear E, so these are drivers or driving gear. While gear B, gear D, and gear F are driven gears. Now let us say gear A rotates in clockwise direction as shown in figure. Since gear B and C are mounted on same shaft, so it is a compound gear, and the direction of rotation of both the gear is same, that is anti-clockwise. So I already explained you gear D and E also. So gear D and E having the clockwise direction. Gear F is again having anti-clockwise direction. So let us say NF is the speed of gear F and NA is the speed of gear A. So speed ratio driving upon driven. So NA upon NF equal to product of number of teeth on driven gears divided by product of number of teeth on driving gears. So driven gears are B, D, and F. So TB into TD into TF divided by TA into TC into TE. Students, take a calci and in the notebook you have to solve this problem. So we got 50 into 75 into 65 divided by 20 into 25 into 26. So after doing the calculation, we got the value 18.75. So Na upon Nf is equal to 18.75. Therefore, Nf equal to Na upon 18.75. Na speed of A is known, so 975 divided by 18.75. So we got speed of gear F is 52 rpm. This is the answer. So this way you have to solve the problem. So these are simple problems. Now very interesting gear train. Now earlier it was not in syllabus, now it is in syllabus. So it is reverted gear train. Reverted gear train. Now here if you see carefully the figure, here gear 1 is there. Gear 1 is meshing with gear 2. Gear 2 and gear 3 are compound gears. But here gear 1 and 4 are not compound gears. Please remember this. Gear 2 and gear 3 are compound gears. Gear 4 is a, you can say, output gear or driven gears. Gear 1 is mounted on input shaft. Here, this will clarify your doubt. So here there are coaxial shafts. So on this shaft, gear 1 is mounted on another On another, if you see the shaft, on this big shaft, gear 2 and gear 3 is mounted, see here. But this is a separate shaft and this is a separate shaft. These are coaxial shaft. So gear is mounted on the suppose shaft A, gear 2 and gear 3 mounted on shaft B, and gear 4 here this gear 4 is mounted on shaft C. But shaft A and shaft C are coaxial shaft. So if such type of case is there, their reverted gear train is used. When the axis of first gear and the last gear are coaxial, then the gear train is known as reverted gear train. Here, gear 1 is fixed gear, drives the gear 2 because gear 1 is machine with 2. It is rotated clockwise, it is rotated anti-clockwise. If 2 is rotated anti-clockwise, but 2 and 3 are compound gear, therefore 3 is also rotated anti-clockwise. 3 is meshing with 4, that's why 4 is rotated. Here this is anti-clockwise, so this is clockwise. So 1 is drive the gear 2 in the opposite direction, and since gear 2 and 3 are mounted on same shaft, therefore they form a compound gear train, and the gear 3 will rotate in the same direction as that of gear 2. The gear 3, which is now the second driver, drives the gear 4 and in the same direction as that of gear 1. Here in reverted gear train, the direction of input shaft and output shaft you will find same. Thus we say that in a reverted gear train the motion of the first gear and last gear is like, that is same. This is the advantage of reverted gear train. It is used generally in watches. So these gear train are used in watches. T1, let us say T1 number of teeth on gear 1, R1 pitch circle radius of gear 1, and N1 is the speed of gear 1 in RPM. So similarly, T2, T3, T4. So these are the number of teeth on respective gears, 2, 3, 4 respectively. Then R2, R3, R4 pitch circle radius of respective gears, and N2, N3, N4 speed of respective gears. Now since the distance between the center of the shafts of gear 1 and 2 as well as gear 3 and 4 is same from the figure, then you can write center distance for 1 and 2, that is R1 plus R2, and that is equal to for 3 and 4 R3 plus R4. So R1 plus R2 equal to R3 plus R4. Now here circular pitch or module of all gears is assumed to be same. Therefore number of teeth on each gear is directly proportional to its circumference or radius. And that's why we can write this equation as T1 plus T2 is equal to T3 plus T4. Now speed ratio, so that is N1 by N4, so driving upon driven is equal to product of number of teeth on driven gears divided by product of number of teeth on driving gears. So driven gears are 2 and 4, therefore T2 into T4 divided by T1 into T3. Now from all these three equations we can determine the number of teeth on each gear for the given center distance, speed ratio and module only when the number of teeth on one gear is chosen arbitrarily. These gear train are used in automotive transmission, leg back gears, industrial speed reducers and in clocks. In clocks where minute and hours and shafts are coaxial. Now we will see the numerical on this gear train, that is reverted gear train. So it is very interesting numerical. So this we will see in the next class.